Well, well, well. Silly things are afoot. For some reason, my add-ons are not working properly. I think they are broken. Here's a little bit of foolishness. I wonder, honestly, nope, wrong button. Let's see. Let's see that I disable this one here. And I enable these ones. Nope. Nope, that still didn't work. Okay. Well, for some reason, Agnon doesn't work. But spell, but actually what can I train does work. I like Titan Pen. It's actually a really fun one there. Well, anyway, it's Tuesday, and it's been a bit of a day. It's been a bit of a day, to be honest. I was really busy today at work, and it was being. Wait a second here. Hold up. Oh, right here. I'm like, I'm blind. Trying to get forced right here. Ooh, a bag. Oh, wait, never mind. That's an ammo bag. Ooh, that's better though. Let's see here. Oh, okay, you want me to kill some plague spitters. You know what? I am very tempted to get this bag, so I'm gonna give it a shot. It will probably be my end. Probably end me very quickly, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Let's see here. There we go. We'll turn this in here. The gooey spider legs, turn them in here so that we can
with you. Light bless you.
get the recipe and we'll return to jitters. Leg spreader. So yeah, because let's see how the best way to do this. When you need you spider venoms. Oh, wrong button. All right, so things are broken. They're not working properly. Sad face. That's fine, I suppose. I did play this game for years without using an add-on, so I could relearn to use it. You relearn it again. Oh, also, is it Stitches? Stitches is on the way. He's on the road. So we're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to avoid that as much as we can. So we have to go here for the White Weavers and the Shadowbane. So here's the guys. We gotta go back over here and take out some of the Woolios so that we can actually get ourselves a bit of the so we can continue a little journey here. We need some more ghoul fangs. Oh, I better learn that, huh? There we go. Educated myself. Oh, I just remembered. I was leveling my sword skill. Oh, I got way ahead of myself. I need to continue to level my sword skill because I haven't finished that yet. Well, that's dangerous. That's actually really dangerous. Okay. You know what? It is too dangerous. This area is too dangerous to level my sword skill in. I'm gonna have to go to Red Ridge. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Red Ridge. It's less dangerous there. I completely forgot about that. It was such a silly thing to forget about. Because I was gonna start attacking spiders, and then I was gonna find that I'm dying very quickly, and that I wasn't gonna survive. So I better head to Red Ridge. Either Red Ridge or Westfall. Probably the safest place to go to Westfall. And I could use the crabs there, the sand crawlers. Yeah, I could probably use the crawlers. All right. Oh. And then we can come back here. So we'll go to Westfall.
Farewell.
I wonder if we'll see Stitches. Oh no, we probably won't see him. Yeah, because the second I got to Westfall, that's when they started screeching about, you know, the abomination is heading towards the town. I don't know if we can actually see him from up here. Oh, there he is. There he is. All the way back over there. Okay, cool. He's fighting the people over there, fighting the NPCs over in that area. So they're not going to survive because, you know, he's an abomination. He's an elite. And he has much more health than they do, and he also does more damage than they do, which is unfortunate, but it's just the reality of things. So, all right. What is the term? Oh, 18 days. 18 days before I go on PTO, and I begin my week. I'm just going to call it my birthday week. Yeah, 18 days before I start my birthday week. I'm going to wait till payday, and then there are some birthday streaming assets that I'm like overlays and whatnot. I'm going to plan on purchasing so that I can put that up during the week. Just referred to my birthday week, and I'm also going to look for a particular like a schedule, like an editable schedule. I mean, if the worst case scenario, I'll just have to use Canva to actually create. I'm not very good at designing things, make things look pretty. I've never been that kind of person. Not very artistic when it comes to that nonsense. So I kind of rely on people who are far better at this than I am. That's more or less what I'm going to do. All right, so let's level our sword skill here on the Gore Tusk. Yep. So I was looking at some overlays and some assets that I could use during the birthday week. Also a couple little dragon asset. Actually kind of doubles as a VTuber. I'm also looking for the little gremlin model that I could use. I like little gremlin models. They're adorable. I wonder if I can find myself like a customizable gremlin model, or so I can actually change the color of the hair, the eyes, and whatnot. So it look like more of a shrink down version of myself. There's a VTuber out there named Dragon Spite. And she has an adorable gremlin model, and she uses that as well as a steering wheel asset when she does like reaction videos to like idiots in cars type content. It's really funny and really adorable. And if I can't really find one out there, I suppose I could hunt down a model maker, and maybe I can have them create me like a little gremlin model. Probably gotta take a bit of money, but String able to me. Okay, so the big guy's over here. I should head south. The enemies farther south, they're actually a lot more dangerous. Oh, actually you. Let's see if I can actually survive this encounter. I'm not too sure if I can. Oh, I've been banished. Actually, no, well, it kind of functions like banish. Oh, here, you better die quickly. I don't want to die to you. That'll be embarrassing. Alright, there we go. Uh-oh. Somebody didn't survive. Oh, Silverleaf. Wait, Silverleaf. Look this here again here. Yeah, I could get some more Silverleaf, yep. And then I can use that, and I can actually use it to craft some more, defense potions. Oh, your chest. Hello. I'm here to talk to you about your extended warranty. Let's see. You're there. You're there. Okay. How you doing? No, I'm not going to take the batter chest because somebody else could definitely use it. Be kind of a dick move, to be honest, if I did that. Alright, so that was right there. Alright, so we gotta head further south. I wonder if I can encounter some more Silverleaf. I need 2, don't I? For a defense potion? Yeah, I need 2 Silverleaf. Okay. Socials. Shitstop classic. Oh no, I don't want to do that quest. That's annoying. So I need to find me some tough hombres. 4 tusks? No. You're a flesh ripper. Ah, you know the Defias would actually work pretty good. Yeah, we could beat up on the Defias for a little while. That would gain up. That would really raise my skill. Ooh, Briarthorn. Quite a bit of Briarthorn. Can I pick this before I get attacked? Thank you. I'm at level 90. Okay, I'm at the 90 now. Ooh, that's not very nice. Rending me. Muscle tear. Oh, interesting. It looks like rend. I thought it was rend, but no rend. Taking on to the pigs here. This is actually pretty good, pretty decent, because then I'll just be able to, once I actually level the skill high enough, all I gotta do is just cross the bridge and where I need to be, which is good. I don't have to try too hard. Not try too hard. It's convenient, I should say. So I need to get to 120. Yeah, 120 should be fine. Yeah, get to 120. Hello, I'm over here to cause you trouble. Here we go. Almost. Nope, don't you run away. Come back here. These He's got a neat little sword. Is that a cutlass? It's a curved sword. A curved sword. That's bruised weed. Not quite there yet. Boy, it's actually taking quite a while to get to 100. There we are. I think I have to move on to the next area, don't I? Yeah, I'll do that. I'll move on to the next area. It's not leveling as fast as I'd like it to, so I'll just move on back to... Yep, I'll move on back to, Duskwood. I forgot where I was going for a second. Or I forgot the name of the place. You know, I should probably sell a bunch of this stuff first, after all. Yeah, let's sell some of this stuff. Need to clear out space anyway. I still have this. You know, there's quite a few things I need to clear out. I'm just holding on to stuff. I really shouldn't be needing to do that. Like these I need, right? Those are needed. Those are needed. So those are needed. I should really turn in a lot of these quests. They're just kind of... These odd quest times are just taking up bag space. Oh, what am I doing? I ran right past the person I need to sell to. Blah, I'm so silly.
Hey there.
What's going on? Alright, so... I'll sell that. I'm not really using that. Oh, I can't sell that. Okay. Alright, so I get 22 bag space now. So that's, yeah, that's 20 plus 2. Yep, okay, that makes sense. Alright.
See you around.
Oh, come on, Mr. Phone. Why are you gonna make loud noises like that? Come on. Ah. Thank you. All right, why do I have is this? Yay. Wait. There it is. Do not disturb. All right, cool. It's so silly. Okay, there we go. That works. All right, back to Duskwood, so we can fight the monsters. So we need to collect more bones, or ghoul fangs. That's right, ghoul fangs. And then after that, I think we'll just actually go turn a lot of these in because they're just taking up space. This one I need to, this one's going to be dangerous. This one's actually rather dangerous. It is doable, but it is kind of dangerous. I'll have to be level a lot more. This is a bit more dangerous. Where's this going? Return to the Stormwind Library. Okay, Stormwind Library with the book there. Okay. Okay, this Ashen Vale. Oh, that's in Ashen Vale. Right. Okay. There's a few things we gotta do. A few things to do. Probably should have done them off stream, offline, but or off stream, but whatever. It's been a day. Been rather busy. me personally. Work was annoying. Here, let me complain about my job. Look at my job and my employer and everything like that. The annoying thing is because the work I do is kind of like most of my work. It's kind of like a seasonal kind of thing, right? Where certain times of the year there's more work than other times of the year, and right around this time is usually when it gets a little bit busy. I don't know if it's going to continue to get busy with how things are going at the moment, because it's not like it was the previous years. There's differences now. But there's a lot of people asking for, product, and I go get the product and everything like that. And that's been a thing for a while. That's been a thing for the last couple of weeks. And so that's great, I suppose, but it leaves, a bunch of, it kind of has a bit of annoying stress.
Have a good one.
All right, so where's the next guy? Here. So they're way down here. This person down here. Let's see if I can actually take out... Oh, you know what? I just realized it's going to take a while to actually turn these quests in. So if I spend the time... Alright, so we saw... Stitches. So he may be defeated. I don't know. May not be defeated. I guess I'll find out. Yeah, so we're gonna head back to Ashenvale, and we're also gonna head back to let's see, what is the current thing? Darkshire. Okay, yeah, this will actually hearth me to Darkshire. Okay. Briarthorn. Today, I had to, I was so busy today that I actually had to ask my boss, hey boss, I need help. It's going to be busy. I'm going to need help. And it took I swear it took 6 hours for them to even get help to me. Help was asked around 8:30, almost 9 o'clock. And help didn't arrive to help me with my work until 2:30, I want to say. And that's annoying because well, I asked for help a while ago. They did not arrive, and I'm not happy about it. And they expect me to get my work done by 2:30, but it's like if I'm not getting any kind of assistance, I'm getting a whole lot of work. Get a whole lot of work, but not a lot of assistance, and I can't get the work done on time. Okay, that is slightly better. That is technically better. Yeah. Then it's not going to be of any benefit to me. It's going to be super annoying, to be honest. I do kind of wonder if so if Stitches appears, we're probably going to be screwed. You shouldn't, though, right? Uh-oh. This could be a problem for me. This could be a problem for me right here. Okay, he's dying pretty quickly, which is good. Okay, there we go. Cool. Yeah, so that's why I was really concerned because my skills are not leveling as quickly as I'd like them to. So I was worried that level 24 right there might actually end me. I won't be able to do. See, as your skill increases, as the skills for a particular weapon increases, you do more damage. And when you reach to I guess to the highest skill you can, that's where you're able to do the most damage. But if your skill's lower and you do less damage, because you're less skilled, right? That's kind of the idea. I was worried that I wouldn't level fast enough to actually do sufficient damage to take him down. Well, there he is. There's Stitches right there. But the Watchers can't beat him. If I get too close, he's gonna aggro to me. Oh shoot. Okay, well we'll do this then. A Hearth, travel to Ashenvale, turn quests in, then I'll travel south to Ratchet. I'll travel to Barrens, go to Ratchet, turn quests in there. And then by the time I do all that, it should be at least an hour. And I'll be able to just do whatever. I'm not gonna stick around here and die horribly to Stitches. I'm just gonna run away. So I'm also thinking about in the week that I have PTO, I'm sitting here thinking about what I want to do. I mean, do I make video? Do I make videos? Do I make videos? Do I stream? Do I keep the same kind of schedule that I have now, where I stream certain days, or do I stream the entire time? Do I just not think about doing content creation? Because I know, like, a Saturday rolls around and I sit down and I want to do something, but I have this what is it called? I don't have the motivation. I don't know, was it motivation? I'm burned out. Am I just no longer interested in doing the thing? Like, I don't have a problem like sitting down and playing the game and streaming it, because that's really easy. Am I just taking the easy way out? Am I doing the easy thing instead of doing the hard thing? Think it's a difficult thing? Do I continue to make content on Fallout 4? Or do I switch to a different game? I'm just kind of trying to figure out what I'm to do. What am I to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? But I heard something for a second. I'm just kind of confused. I'm uncertain as to what I want to do. Oh, of course I had to bump my freaking microphone. I was a little annoyed too. So I had this idea of like, there's a couple of games that I want to play. There's a game I haven't played in a very long time called Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. It was a game from many years ago. One that I really enjoyed. I think it was it the 360? Yeah, I think it was the 360. Apparently EA remastered it, and now it's on Game Pass. And I'd like to give that game a shot again, like try again, you know? I remember like the silliness, the drifting around corners, trying to get gold medals and all the different paths. There's even like a what do you call it, like a free roam where you could just drive around the map. And there was like certain kinds of there's like certain achievements and everything like that aside to doing certain different things. It was I remember playing the game and enjoying it quite a lot. And then of course there's one of the other game I was thinking of was what is it? It's the Star Wars. It's a Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, I think it's called. It's also on Game Pass. And in the past, like on the 360, I played Star Wars. I think it was called the Complete Saga. At that point, it was just the first two. It was the first 3 games. No, what is it? It was yeah, it was the first. Okay, it was like episode 1, 2, and 3, and then it had episode 3, 4. I have episode 4, 5, and 6, and I remember it was I enjoyed it. It was fun. I played it quite a bit, but I haven't played it in years. I haven't played a Lego game in years. And with the Skywalker saga, I think that's what it's called. I want to go back and play the game again, try it again, because there's going to be new characters, right? There's new characters, new maps, new characters, new enemies, new silliness. You know, there was always the classic the Lego silliness when it comes to these games, right? And so I was thinking about playing that as well. And then of course doing WoW, playing, either if if I survive long enough to actually, continue my playthrough of WoW, and then of hardcore WoW, and then also continue Fallout 4. Um, these are just ideas I've been kind of spitting around in my head. Like I haven't really made any decisions or choices on any of this stuff, so this is what I'm thinking of. Like writing these ideas, writing them down, and then just kind of looking them over to see how I want to go with it. One of the biggest things is like I'm not very good at yapping. Like having long protracted out, like if there's something I need to explain or what I'm saying, my brain has a tendency to interrupt my thought processes, so that I don't finish them properly. I mean, it's happened a couple times this stream where I'm talking about a thing, I get distracted, and then I don't go back to the thing, I just move on to the next thing. And so when it comes to yapping, yapping is the term people like to use. When it comes to just talking, just chatting, if I was to do that, I would have to sit down and actually come up with subjects to talk about. And I think those subjects would have to be connected to each other in some way. Or else it would just be a bunch of disconnected thoughts being kind of vomited out as words. And well, that might be an interesting case study for someone who's like, what's going on inside this person's head? I don't think it'd be too terribly entertaining. And that's really the big thing there. And also, when I conclude a thought, or when I'm speaking, and then I think I conclude a thought, it's just kind of just dead air. There's nothing being said. I also have this idea where I would just play a game. It would just be straight gameplay, like no commentary. Maybe I call it like zero commentary, where I just play a game and say nothing. And it'd just be all about the gameplay. Nothing about me, and nothing about what what I'm doing would be represented by the gameplay on the screen. And so, like, there are streamers out there. Hey, Pitster. There are streamers out there that are, I think, is it Nova Lollipop? I believe she's a mute streamer. At least yeah, she's a mute streamer. She plays a different game. She plays Skyrim. She has like a modded version of Skyrim. She also plays a couple other games as well, like that. And I figured I can't really yap. I can't really just chat like other streamers could do. Wait a second. Is this the right one? Oh yeah. Okay, that goes over to other place. Yeah. Like I have to be doing something, be talking about something on the screen, or else I'm just kind of get lost in my own thoughts, and I just, disconnected and discombobulated and get, distracted and whatnot. My brain loves to do that. Just get in the way of me trying to complete thoughts or even make coherent conversation. Just yapping on and on. And the thing is, like, there are just things that I will hear, or I'll see something, or I'll hear something, and they'll just start a different chain of thought on me. I'll just go down that chain, and then like, no, I'm being distracted. Stop it. It made it difficult to study a lot in school. I'm just kind of waffling all over the place now. So you're a sentry. You're just chilling here for some reason.
Hey there.
Oh, excuse me. That was a yawn and a half right there. All right. Aha, here we go. The boat is arrived. There's a lot of shipping going on around here. Many characters are being shipped. I wonder if anybody's going to come off the boat. Anybody arriving from the boat? Ooh, doesn't look like there's anybody. Seems like most of the people that I saw when I got online were in Stormwind. So maybe that's where people are. When I first started playing this game many, many years ago, I kept calling Stormwind Windstorm. And I had to like correct myself multiple times until I figured it out. And it took me a while to remember some of the characters' names. Like it took me a while to remember Varian Rin's name. Now I know Varian Rin has like a second name, a name that he had while he was a gladiator. I was at Short Story Along. What's her name? Onyxia. Onyxia orchestrated the capture, orchestrated attack. She planned and orchestrated an attack on Varian Rin, while Varian Rin was on a boat to go somewhere. I can't remember where it was. But the attack happened and he was injured. And that injury resulted in him losing his memory. He was captured and I think sold to a horde, was it a horde fighter? No, it was what is it? That's not right. A guy bought him and then used him as like to battle in an arena, and he got a name while fighting in that. He got a name while fighting in the arena, and he fought people within the horde. He fought like mercenaries and everything like that. He was basically like a gladiator. That's what he was. He was like a gladiator. And there was some other tomfoolery going on where his mind was kind of split. I don't know if he had I don't know if it was amnesia or he had like his mind was split, but Onyxia was involved. You know, Onyxia was actually in Stormwind with Anduin, while Varian is off being, you know, away and never doing things. And there's a quest where you eventually you discover who she is, that Onyxia is there. And there's a bit of a fight, and she ends up escaping. And then at some point, there's a quest that's in. Is it what's the marsh called? Dustwallow, yeah. In Dustwallow, there's actually a quest you do in Dustwallow Marsh that will actually take you on this big long quest line. It starts in Stormwind, but then it continues into Dustwallow, and then you find the people who are responsible. They're basically the traitors. They're traitors within the alliance that ended up with Varian Rin being captured. But as to how he got returned to the alliance and regained his memories and his identity, I don't know that. I think that occurred in a book, because I don't remember it in the game. I don't remember it happening in the game. But he did come back. He somehow made it back sometime. It's been such a long time. I'm barely remembering it. So there's actually a lore channel out there. Is it Rexar? I think the name of the channel is. It's been a long time. There are WoW lore channels out there that have a lot better information on it than I do. I'm just yammering. I'm literally just Astronar, Stone Talon. No, it's Astronar, yeah. Well, the goddess shall watch over me, yes. But yeah, there was some tomfoolery, and there's an island. Where's the island in here? So I think it's this island right here. On this island up here, you'll find some black dragons. You'll find like members of the Black Dragon Flight, Dragonkin and whatnot. They're all elites and they're max level. But of course, down here is Onyxia's lair, which makes all the sense in the world that, you know, makes all the sense that, you know, it would be here. But a long time ago, before the world changed, before Cataclysm happened, I went to this island when I was a higher level, and it was just a bunch of dragonkin. It was a bunch of members of the Black Dragonflight, you know, whelps and kin and whatnot. It just wasn't even any kind of actual. I didn't remember there being anybody there, like no one being held captive or anything like that. That was kind of the idea. And then later I heard that Varian Rin, through some kind of tomfoolery involving Onyxia, lost his memory, or his identity was split, one of the two, and he ended up being like a pit fighter, or like a gladiator kind of dude, and he fought, and that's where he met Garrosh Hellscream. I don't know the history between the two, but when Wrath came out, when Garrosh and Varian saw each other, it was on. They were immediately ready to throw down. So there was some history there that I did not know anything about, and I always thought that was kind of interesting. I could probably go look it up in a lore channel, but honestly, my interest in WoW lore has pretty much waned over the years. It's kind of gone way over the years, and there's some of it just seems a bit. Maybe it's been such a long time, but some of the new lore, the new information that's come out, I just don't get it. Like up until from you had Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3, right? Then you had all of the DLCs, you had all of the expansions for those games. And then after Cataclysm occurred, and then right at the end of Wrath, that was pretty much it for the entire lore that I knew of. And then Cataclysm came out, and there was whole new stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on anymore. I didn't play the previous Warcraft games, but just from the lore videos that I watched, it just kind of like all this other stuff made sense. But when Cataclysm came in, and then Pandaland came in, it's like the lore got expanded, and it just kind of felt like some of the information I heard just didn't match up with what I was seeing in the game. So I don't know if there was some kind of like a rewrite or a retcon or something like that.
I am honored.
There we go.
Be careful. El
Madras? What is this? Two of the killers she would like to repeat happening along the coast surrounding Aston. He fears the corruption with the Ashen Vale. He might be right. Steelwind Forest Song. Where is Forest Song? So there's Worm Strand. Forest Song. So yeah, over the years, the lore has kind of gotten really, kind of getting silly. You just don't really see it much anymore. It just didn't make a lot of sense. Like, I didn't know there was a Dragon Isle. Like, when Dragonflight came out, and apparently there's an entire new land where the Dragonflights go to do their thing. I had no idea that existed. And hell, I didn't even know the Dragonflights, like, I knew there were dragons in the game. I knew there were black dragons because of my time in the Blasted Lands. What, is it the Blasted Lands? Oh wait, no, it's not the Blasted Lands. What is it called? I think it was, I want to say it was the Badlands. There are dragons in different parts of the world. Like, there was the Bronze Dragonflight in Tanaris. Then there's like the Black Dragons, Black Dragonflight. But I didn't know they were called Dragonflights. I just thought they were just different varieties of dragons, and I just went with that, you know. I didn't think it was anything more important than that, you know. Because it's a fantasy world. There's dragons in it. That makes sense. There's drakes and there's dragons. Those are the two things, right? I didn't know that there were actual like organizations or groups. And so when I got to Wrath, and I started learning about like all the different the Dragonflights, and was it the Red Dragonflight, Ruby, then they had the Sapphire or the Blue Dragonflight. They're the ones up in what is it called? Oculus. Yeah, Malagos and all them. Then there's Alexstrasza. And then of course it was Onyxia, Nefarian. Like, I knew there was lore there, I just didn't know it. I still technically don't really know it. I mean, I haven't learned enough of it to be any kind of lore master. Actually, ooh, wow, this is gonna date me. Date me? In the 2011, many years ago, back when Total Biscuit was still around, they started playing WoW, and Wrath came out, and Jesse Cox, that's COX, and Dodger, Artful Dodger, and Total Biscuit. They were making WoW content. They started doing all kinds. They started making different WoW content, and oh damn it! I just lost my train of thought. Damn it! My brain did it again. What was I talking? What was I yapping about? I knew about the different dragon flights. Bronze for time, because Tanaris, Caverns of Time. Let's see here. The red dragonflight, which is Alex Straza. The blue dragonflight, which is Malagos. Who is it? Is it Caligos? Is that the guy that took over? The black dragonflight was Onyxia and Nefarian. What were the other ones? Green dragonflight. The green, that was Ysera? The Dreamweaver? Like, they had all these different dragonflights, different titles, different things. All these different things I knew nothing about. I knew I knew they existed. I heard of them. I saw names. But I didn't know much about them at all. And when they started getting introduced more heavily during Wrath, I'm like, this is a lot of information I don't know. And yeah, okay, so back in 2010, I would say 2010, Jesse Cox, Total Biscuit, Dodger, they were all making videos, and there was another guy. I think his name was just Lore. No, was it Lore? Oh no, Lore was the name of the guy who Lore was the name of the guy that made guides. Okay. Anyway, Jesse Cox knew a guy. This guy was doing WoW lore videos. And he was Alliance, and I think Jesse was the Horde. And I guess they were buddies, or maybe they were roommates at the time, because they kind of appeared in each other's videos. They were just voices, really. They weren't actually, like, you didn't actually see a person, you just heard a voice. And I don't remember the guy's name, but yeah, he would literally just go over the lore of all the different of the game, you know. And he would make all these videos, and I watched a bunch of those videos because I was just curious. Then, like, over time, it seemed like the lore changed and all this new stuff got introduced, but right toward the end of Wrath is when he stopped making these lore videos, and he just kind of vanished from the world, from the internet. And he had he did like a goodbye on Jesse's channel and everything like that. So Jesse and this guy had their own YouTube channels, and they did different content. And this guy was essentially just saying goodbye to everybody because I guess he was just done making lore content for a while and just moved on. And I just wish I could remember the guy's name. I don't even know if his channel is still around. Like, I don't even remember the name of the channel. It's been so long. There's been so much lost back in the day. I just don't remember a lot of it. I've forgotten more than I remember, which I guess that's just normal, right? That's just happens that way. You know, oh, I've forgotten more than I remember. Yeah. Or is it like, what is the saying? Like, I've forgotten more than you'll learn? Something like that. I'm not too sure that that's a brag. I don't think that's the brag that people come out and want it to be. Like, when I was in school, when I was in college, there was a guy who, he was in his 50s, I think he was. He was in his 50s, he got gray hair, he was in the military. He's forgotten, he bragged that he had forgotten more than that will learn, which I think is just kind of like an old guy thing. I'm not too sure, you know. Like, I'm just going to tell stories about myself in the past, and I'm going to tell about all these things that I forgot, and then I'll forget more than you'll ever learn, that kind of nonsense, trying to make themselves seem more important than they actually is. I always found that kind of be annoying. They have the old guy lecturing you. You don't need that. Nobody needs that. Especially when what the old guy knows is not what is anymore. Things change, you know. How things work change, information changes. Like, there are some things that change and there are some things that stay the same. But reality, the outcomes might stay the same. But the means or the ways to get to those outcomes, those change. It's kind of like, kind of got to ask yourself a question, you know. If the system really, if people come in and change things, is it really a change though? Like, if the outcomes are the same, was there even really a change to the system? I just don't see that. Because you can change the rules, you can change all kinds of things. But if the outcomes still remain the same, I don't view there being a change. The system didn't change because the outcomes are the same. Maybe you may have changed the language, you may have changed who's running the system. But if the outcomes are still the same, nothing's really changed. Honestly, I just don't see it that way. There's no hope in change. Well, I shouldn't say that. That's a bit too political. But like, there are people who've always like come in and say, "Hey, we're going to change things," but then they don't actually change anything. Nothing gets changed. Everything's still continuing on as is. People's lives don't really actually improve. There's information, and if, like I said, if outcomes are still bad, there's really wasn't a change no matter what anybody says. There, I went off on a tangent. Look at that. Very tangential up in this place. And so far, let's see, we can avoid... Yeah, we'll have to cut across here. Because we go across here, we're going to run into the crossroads. We don't really want to do that. So, okay, yep, we'll take a left at this mountain here. I guess that's... Is that a mountain? I think that's technically... You could technically call that a mountain. I don't know what you would call that. I would call it a mountain. It's not really a mountain because, you know, mountains are ginormous. Like up here, this is High Jaw. This is where an actual mountain is. Yeah, that just had me remember that I didn't really start running raids until Wrath. And so all of the older raids, you know, the Encourage, the AQ10, AQ40, Zul'Aman, not Zul'Aman, yeah, Zul'Gurub, Zul'Aman, yeah, I didn't really start running raiding content until Wrath, you know, halfway through Wrath. Oh, hello, kid. I better not get too close to that place, or I might get attacked. And because of that, there's a lot of content I missed out on. A lot of like different items that were taken out, that kind of disappeared from the game, I missed out on. All because I focused mostly on just leveling, questing, and leveling. I didn't really do much in the way of like multiplayer content. I ran a few dungeons here and there, but I didn't do a whole lot of anything else. So I didn't get an opportunity in Zul'Gurub to get a hold of that. What was that tiger called? There was a tiger mount that was in Zul'Gurub that you could possibly get. In Stranglethorn. It would drop. And like before Cataclysm came out and they're gonna change all the zones and change things. People were running that thing constantly trying to get the tiger. And there was also a card. There was also a tiger you could get. There was also a card that you could get. I think it was part of the... Was it a trading card? I think it was a trading card. where you could get like a tiger mount, and it had a code, and you put that code in, and boom, you would be able to get that mount. And there were very few number of them in existence, and they stopped making them many years ago. And now some of the mounts in the game that you find in the game are kind of reskins of previous mounts that no longer exist. And this is actually one of the I mentioned Total Biscuit before, but he had a bit of an issue where in the past Blizzard started introducing store mounts, and he despised it. The very first store mount that he really complained about was what was it called? It was like a some people referred to it as like a sparkle pony. It was like it wasn't Tyrion's Charger. It was the one that Algalon's Steed or something like that. Basically, it was a horse mount. It was a horse, but the way that it was, the way that it looked like it was a bunch of stars, like a constellations, kind of connected together to make in the shape of a horse. And it was one of the first store mounts you could get back in the day, and Total Biscuit was not happy about it at all. He complained quite a bit. Eventually, there was just a lot of the stuff that Total Biscuit did not like started happening after Activision, after was it Activision? And then it was Activision Blizzard? I think it was Activision. Activision acquired Blizzard, then we turned into Activision Blizzard. Bobby Kotick took over and started making all these changes and started adding the store mounts, and they started adding what was that called? The WoW token, where you could just, buy the token and that would cover your game time or whatnot, or you could sell it in game kind of thing. And they made a bunch of new changes to the game, that Total Biscuit did not like. And he just slowly stepped away from the game, mostly because he kind of blew up on YouTube and became a lot more popular, and he started doing his first impressions series. And he just he couldn't raid anymore, and he didn't want to play the game anymore because of all the different changes that were being made. So he just said goodbye. And on his WoW account, actually, he has some kind of unique items that only really he possesses. And so the idea that you could sell your account to somebody and then they would have like some of these unique stuff, people got caught doing that, and those accounts were banned, and those things that people collected over the years were gone forever. And that kind of happens that kind of has happened with quite a few people, is that they'll buy an account thinking they're going to have some kind of special thing, but end up just failing hard, and they end up getting banned. They paid all this money and then the account gets banned because you're selling accounts. Account selling, I think that's what it was. Not good stuff there. Let's see. Root samples, smooth drinks. Root samples. Anyway. Oh, it's still about 26 minutes before I can actually go back to Darkshire. Zilkai. I wonder. I mean, I can get to Booty Bay from here. Miner's Fortune.
Time is money, friend.
Wait a minute. Latest bit of news here. A bunch of companies boatload mine northeast. Oh yeah, that's the mine. All right. Shipmaster.
Talk to me. Hurry back.
No, I'm probably not. Excuse me. Many years ago, Total Biscuit, he got cancer and passed away. And in fact, there's actually a Twitch emote of him laughing that a lot of people use to this day. That people still use to this day. There's a bit of a story behind that. What was it? Somebody took a picture of him laughing. And then he took that picture and he uploaded it and he started using it as like an emote on his channel. And the person who took the picture did not like that. And so there was some kind of like copyright dispute between the two. And so Total Biscuit just took it down. And eventually it got recreated. Eventually it got recreated by, I don't know if it was recreated by Total Biscuit himself or he paid somebody else to do it, but it was a new one was created. And that's the one that Twitch uses, that you can use on Twitch to this day, of the guy laughing. Him laughing. And I sit here wondering, when I see people use it, is if they know who that is and what kind of impact he had on, in the gaming community. Because he went places, he met a lot of people, he talked to folks, he had interviews, he talked about silly things. I mean, you could look up his content to this day. Channel should still be there, he had a bit of an impact. And there are people streaming today who know who Total Biscuit is, other than myself, and have quite a bit of respect for the guy. There's one guy, his name is his channel is Oh No It's Alex, and literally he just does content on there's different, I guess he does gaming news kind of content, but he also makes content out of console fanboys. And the funny thing is he right now he's more or less kind of focused on years ago he mocked and made fun of the Xbox fanboys. But now he pretty much makes fun and mocks the PlayStation fanboys, which is really funny. There's quite a few of them out there that are being silly and doing silly things and saying silly things, and it's kind of the idea is if these guys stop being cringe, then Alex would not have content to make, which is kind of a funny thing to think about. All right, there we go. Which would be kind of a funny thing to think about. Is if these guys weren't being so cringy, he wouldn't have any content to make. He would have to rely on just gaming news. And he recently covered, what was it? The Nintendo Direct, I think it is, where they introduced the Switch 2 and all the different nonsense going along with that, and the game and everything like that. And I think was it Saturdays? I think on Saturdays he streams Saturdays. Alex does. He streams Saturdays, and pretty much, and that he's a bit ridiculous, to be honest. He's a bit silly. He lets his chat. He has text to speech, and he's introduced AI voices of different other content creators out there that he's made videos on, and they're quite silly. Let's see. He's also introduced different AI voices of other characters or other known characters out there. And somebody even asked him if he was going to do one with Total Biscuit, and he actually said no. He said he respects Total Biscuit too much to do anything like that. So, but all these other guys are fair game apparently, so it's kind of silly. I watch some. I don't really have time. I don't really sit down and watch. Oh, on my stream I have TTS voices of Jason Demeron, the storage. Oh, actually, I think I've heard streams where the storyteller's voice is being utilized. Absolutely. What's that guy's name? Elder Scrolls. Okay, in Morrowind, there's what's his name? Ooh, the oh wow, I haven't played enough of Morrowind to remember the guy's name. He's like the guy. He's like a god. He's kind of a god in Morrowind. They took his voice, and the people of Morrowind have a word for people who are not local, who are not from that part of the world, right? Not from Morrowind. And they started, and they kind of started using that word to describe people. It's just, it's so silly. The Alex's chat is wild. They're a bit unhinged. It's funny, but some of the things they say is a bit shady. All right, let's see if I can get up in here. So I'm not too sure I can actually fly back to 19-minute start. Okay, I'm not too sure I can actually fly back to Darkshire from here, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I don't remember if there's any nasties in the water here that will one-shot me, considering my level, but everyone else here is like 40s and 50s higher. So over here is the auction house. Everybody loves the auction house, but the flight masters should be, I think it's up here, because you have the Griffin flight master, and then you have the Bat flight master. So I want to say it's, oh, is it? Okay, maybe I have to keep going up. Oh, there you are. Yeah, there he is. All right, cool. I mean, the game has changed so much. I don't really remember. I'm not here to remember where everything is. Oh, yes, I can actually fly all the way back here. Yes, okay, cool. I don't have to wait. I don't really have... That means I don't have to wait. I just have to pay the extra money, and I'm good to go. Okay. Back to Darkshire. Hopefully when we get back there, Stitches will be deceased, and I won't have to worry about him. Hopefully, right? Oh, of course I had to knock something over. How silly of me. I wonder if there is a storyteller mod. For Fallout 4. Or for the version of Fallout 4 that I'm using to play the Storyworth collection. I'll have to look into that. But also, I'd hate to think that if I download the mod and try to use it, that it might cause the game to crash. I hate to think that it would disrupt the system. It would actually break something. I hate for that to happen too. Alright, so this, I'm looking at that. So this is all here. Stone Talon plus. So Sven's Revenge. Sven's Revenge. Oh, that's down here. Okay. Let's see. That's a dungeon. That's annoying. That takes me into a cave. So yeah, there's gonna fight some just nonsense over here. Cool things and the plague spreader. It kind of sounds like my brother is about to start his evening routine, so maybe this might be a good time to just step away and have a quick break, help him with his help with his stuff, and then I shall return. Oh goodness, I got myself a yawn. Oh damn. Too sleepy. Alright, so here's the Rotting Orchard. This is where a lot of the Worgen are. This is, you got Shadowcat, you got Worgen here that casts magic, and of course you got melee as well, but that's kind of scary. Okay, I really do hope that they took care of Stitches. I really, really do. Okay, it looks like it's all good right now. Looks like it's all... Everything looks like it's okay. Because usually if it wasn't okay, there'd be a bunch of dead guards, and that's not good. That's generally not a good thing in my... usually if you walk into an area and there's a bunch of dead people, it's usually not a good thing. Unless you're, of course, you're at like a cemetery or graveyard or catacombs. All those fun places people go into. Of course, there's the dumbest joke, one of the silliest jokes ever when it came to graveyards or cemeteries. It's like, hey, welcome to the X cemetery. People are just dying to get into there. What was it? Somebody made the joke. Someone made a joke about there being a crematorium or a graveyard next to like an old folks home. Like, that's messed up. Funny, but messed up. Dark humor and everything like that. Alright. Yeah, I think it might be time for me to... I'm going to have to step away and check on my brother to see how he's doing. And then I'll have to return. So that's what I'll do. I'm going to step away and check on him, and then I shall return. Let's do the thing here. Is it this one right here? There we go. This is the one. All right. I shall return. Okay. I have doth returned. Woohoo. Alright. Alright. Back to slaughtering the innocent undead that's wandering on the cemetery. So, let's see here. Abercrombie. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so he's a big one. This is the guy right here that will, Abercrombie is the guy that starts the whole quest chain that brings Stitches to this place and to Darkshire. Let's see here. There's 3 right there. Now this is a real long one. Excuse me. This is a big long one right here, which is honestly ridiculous. It does give, I guess, kind of give, well, I don't want to say decent experience. The experience is kind of meh. Yeah. You know what? I was supposed to go back to Stormwind, wasn't I? But I didn't. Yeah. It's also supposed to go to Stormwind. Speaking of fortitude. Paxting, ink supplies. Oh, okay. Yeah, this one here takes me into Shadowfang Keep to craft a certain weapon. I don't really want to do that. Corruption Abroad. Almerdine. Oh, that's right. That's going to take me to dungeon down there. That's about there. And Color of Blood. Yep, that's a dungeon there. Alright, we'll just go turn this quest in here. And then we just have to work. Oh, no, stop that. Then all we gotta do is just really just focus on this quest here. It might take a while for me to get this one done because there was a lot of nasty defiance down there, and it kind of didn't end very positive for me last time. I almost got taken out, almost got moited. Almost lost my character. Like, I got too close to one of the enemies and boom! Ran away, and I think I survived with like 45 health or something like that. It's quite scarifying. Barely survived. So it looks like I'll just be grinding away at undead for quite a while, which is fine. That's not the worst thing I could do. Okay, there's that. Raptor Punch. Increases your intellect by 4 and decreases your stamina by 5. Sell these right away. Don't need these really. 5 gold. Look at that. 5 gold. Not doing too terrible. Not doing too terrible there with the gold. I probably could have a lot more gold if I actually, you know. There's an add-on called Auctioneer, and it scans the auction house, and it will tell you what the value of the items are that are currently in the auction house. And if you scan it every single day, it will scan for that period of time, because like I think a lot of people who put stuff up in the auction house, they put it up for at least a day, either 8 hours, 12 hours, 24, 8 hours, 24 hours, 48 hours, something like that. And it scans all of that, and then like over time you get kind of like it gives you like a pretty decent, it's like a snapshot, but they kind of averages out what the prices are for things, and you can see price if you're the kind of person that would like look into this stuff. You can actually see price shifts and trends and whatnot, and kind of go that route if you were savvy. I'm not savvy. Oh, okay, no, it's 2 hours, 8 hours, and 24 hours. Maybe the 48 hours one, that might be part of the new thing, but yeah. You get Auctioneer, you would scan the entire auction house and go from there. What do I not have? You know, I could probably see if there's some shoulders. Armor, male, shoulder. There we go. Damn. They're really going with the price here. They're even selling gray items. Oh man, look at this. The bear. Man, they're really going with, they really want people's money. Look at that nonsense. It's funny how these lower level items are selling for more than these higher level items. Like, that's reasonable. The rest of it is not reasonable. Like, this kind of makes sense. But damn, I mean, honestly, it seems like buying armor while leveling is like a bad idea, because you're not going to get a whole lot of use out of it. Because once you get to a certain level, it's like you need to like it's kind of like the idea of like return on investment. Like, you put money into something, and then you expect to kind of get money out of it over time, right? It's like so you invest in things. Okay, let's say, like, you know, the idea of like, oh, I'm gonna put $1,000 into this thing, and over time you expect that thing to increase in value, so that when you sell it, you get like a profit, or, you know, when you trade it or sell it, or where you get a profit. Or you can even get investments that pay out money to you. Also over here. And then over time, you would hopefully get that appreciation value, but also you'd also get a little bit of that money in return. So you would get, you know, you get appreciation plus, you know, income. And over time, you would get that money, right? And the big problem with things like the stock market is like you don't control how much something appreciates or depreciates. It's like what is it? It's kind of like, it's like trying to like predict how the ocean is going to behave. You know, it's kind of trying to depict how high the waves are in the ocean. You're not going to be able to. It's just not going to work like that. I'm heading the wrong direction. I gotta go this way. And I'm at a point in my life where I'm not really expecting a whole lot of growth when it comes to my investments. So I'm focusing mostly on just income and putting money into that, and then just reinvesting that income back into the positions to increase my income over time. I started investing way too late in life, and mostly because I just didn't have the money to. I really did not have the money to do the investing thing for the longest time. And then when I finally did start having the money, I was already in my 30s, and it's like, well, so, oh, no, I think it's this way, isn't it? Yeah, this way. All right. You know, let's say, you know, the best time to plant a tree was like 20 years ago, but the second best time to plant a tree is today. And I just don't see myself earning enough money over the next 20 years to actually be able to retire, you know. So when it comes to the point where I can't work anymore, I'm hoping that over the next 20 years, would have made decisions that would have increased my value and allow me to maybe not work as much, or move into a different field that allows me to earn me a little bit more money, but also is not as taxing on my body. And so I can't keep doing the same work I'm doing now for the next 20 years, because I'd walk away with really terrible medical situations if I do that. So I either have to get promoted, like promotions or advancement or something like that, out of what's physically demanding. South Shore. Wait a second. If you don't mind journeying, I could test to Stormwood Library. Old Kingdom of Alterac fell after the Great War and had a large collection of books. It's a tragedy that the city is ruined, but even more tragic there's knowledge that's lost. We recover what we can. South Shore is the closest town to the Alterac, to ruins of Alterac. Go there and speak with Lord Master Dibs. He can direct you to the ruins. The books may be interesting.
See you around.
Oh, level 38. That's a problem. That's a problem. South Shore is all the way up here. Let me think here for a second. Here's Silver Pine. So here's Fall Clay. So this is the starting area. Silver Pine is the next area. After that, it is Hillsbrad. So I think they want me to go up here. This is where the difficulty is. So Hillsbrad isn't the difficulty. It's going to be up here that's the difficulty. But I want to say that Hillsbrad might be the problem. Let's be able a second. I'm going to look up Hillsbrad's actual levels because I don't remember what it is. Let's see here real quick. Let's see here. Hillsbrad Foothills is intended for level 20 to 31 players. Okay. Okay, then I can actually go there. That's fine. I can actually go there. I can go there and I can do questing there. I won't be able to go to Alterac because I'm not leveled enough. That makes sense. That makes all the sense in the world. Okay. I'll just double check on that because I don't remember the actual levels are for that area. Well, now I do. Excuse me. Damn. Damn water. Always in the way. All right. So let's see here real quick. Oh, interesting. Wait a second. Where's the next place that has, I mean, no, I don't want to do that. Yeah, it looks like Wetlands is the next place to go. Yeah, Wetlands looks like the place I need to go in order to really do some decent questing. Wait, what's down here? Oh, my friend's stream just went from 15 to 200 in the last 2 minutes. Wow. Nice, wow. Oh, Major Big Buds. Oh, okay. Wow, he must have got... Was it a raid? He must have got raided by somebody. Well, that's awesome. Huh. I'm just trying to figure, like... It doesn't look like there's too many places. Oh, bots. Oh, interesting. Okay. I thought maybe he got... I thought maybe like a larger creator decided to raid a smaller creator kind of thing, right? But if it's bots, then I guess that makes sense. I hope he does not actually... Yeah, I kind of hope he doesn't get any kind of badness. No, but just happened without notice? Wow, okay. Alright, well, it looks like I'm going back to Duskwood. And I'm gonna grind out some Nick Nasties there. I guess I should, Ooh, I wonder, I wonder who would do that. I sit here and I kind of won. if somebody could like, somebody who, let's say that there was someone out there who didn't like you for some reason, and they wanted to kind of hurt your chances, hurt your streaming or your channel, and so they pay for bots to like flood your channel to make it look like you're view botting in an effort to like, what is it? Well, hurt you, or maybe even get you banned, or or if you have like monetization, get that removed or something like that. You know, some kind of sinister nonsense like that. I kind of wonder if that's a thing that somebody would do or could do possibly. Because I know like there was was it last month? Yeah, I think it was last month. A streamer got caught got view botting. She accidentally, I think she hit like the wrong button on her computer, on her keyboard or whatever it is, and it brought up the software she was using. I think it's the software, and it was like 20 people or 20 bots or something like that, and she quickly killed. She kind of quickly made up an excuse that she had to turn the stream off and do something, and she'd be right back. And so she turned the stream off and came back on and acted like nothing weird happened, but she got caught view botting. And there's been plenty of folks in the past who do that, who've been caught view botting. And there's this one group of folks out there. They do kind of like guides and things like that to games, and they have their own website that people can go to and look up these guides and everything like that. And they embedded their stream onto the website so that when you go to the website, the stream is up there in the corner, and it kind of adds the number of people on the stream, the number of people on the website to being like as stream viewers, but they're not stream viewers. They're just there on the website, and they embedded the stream to make that look happen. And people called it out for a while. I don't know if anything actually was done about it. And I don't really know how the embedding thing works, but yeah, there's plenty of people out there who I guess there's a bunch of people out there that view bot. I mean, they must, because people are still advertising for, bots, for view bots. I mean, they happen to my channel like at least once I would say once a stream, Sure, there's some times when they don't appear, but other times they do. It's almost like gold farmers, right? When in the early days of WoW with the gold farmers, but now it's view botters for like Twitch and whatnot. I don't see there being any view botters. I've never actually seen any advertisements for view botting on YouTube. I don't even know if that's a thing. Like, I've seen it on Twitch, but I've never seen it on YouTube. Huh. It's always seemed to be on Twitch. Twitch has got to have some kind of, something in place to deal with that nonsense, I would think, but I don't know what it is. But yeah, I mean, just the thought that maybe somebody who wants to try to hurt you would actually pay to have bots flood your channel while you're streaming or on videos in an effort to get you, in order to negatively affect your channel. I could see that. I honestly could see that being a thing. Somebody doesn't like you and wants to hurt you, and so they'll do that. They'll go to that extent. But I'm sure there are systems in place to, like, recognize that and shut it down when it's happening. But
safe travel.
I just kind of worry that somebody will try to figure out a way to actually blame the streamer for it. It's like, don't bot me, bro. Don't bot me. Let's see here. Okay, so this one here, that's actually mailed. Don't worry about that. So this one almost got me killed last time, so I'm not going to deal with that. We're just going to continue to grind the undead until I'm leveled enough. Alright, back to the grind. Let me finish up my water here. Alright, switching over to the next water bottle. we go. All right, there we go. Abacus. Actually, I think I know. I mentioned earlier in the stream that there was a quest that you start in Stormwind, I think it is. It involves the disappearance of the king. And I believe Bacchus there is actually one of the individuals that you talk to while investigating the whole thing. And he'll send you somewhere. I think he's looking for like Defias activity in the zone. Like that's kind of his thing, but what's this? Mage Royal. I got 20 Mage Royal right there. Okay. And I want to be a Mage Royals. Let's see here. Wrong button. There we are. I'm half tempted, but I'm half tempted to actually do this quest, but Ghost Hair Thread, I believe we go talk to Blind Mary for that. Or Ghost Hair Thread, we have to go talk to a lady, and she gives us a comb. Then we go to Blind Mary and return the comb with the thread. Then we deliver the thread. Then we get the zombie juice, which I don't remember where that gets from. Then we gather rot blossoms, which I think are in one of the area, like one of the cemetery areas, like around the graves, I should say. I guess it would actually be safe to say that the reason why there's so many undead in this area here is because Abercrombie has actually been experimenting and raising the dead, all in an effort to bring back his wife, and also punish those he views responsible for her demise, which I believe is the people in Darkshire. Okay, I'm starting to get a bit of a cough here. Maybe I should actually cut the stream. I don't want it to just be a bunch of me coughing here and there. Alright, so I think tomorrow. I should be able to stream tomorrow. Hopefully I'm not being asked to stick around stay late, and do a bunch of other annoying job stuff, like, load trailers or some nonsense like that. And then we'll just pick up from there. Well, I'll make it home, we'll have myself my dinners, right? And then we can pick up by just slaughtering the undead for the rest of the night for the stream. I'll level and get all the stuff and get monies, and then from there maybe I'll level enough to where I can start taking on the Worgen. That might be a little bit fun. What level is it? Like Duskwallow. Oh, hello. I'll say, like, Duskwallow Marsh is the, oops, what the heck? It's kind of a dangerous place. There's a lot to do there. A lot of questing can be done here, and you can level quite rather well there. Yeah, you can level quite a bit. It's just the problem is it's a really dangerous place. And there's some areas where there's so many like the actual population of enemies in a certain area is so dense that you can't not travel through the area and not fight anything. And you also run the risk of being overwhelmed by the number of enemies that are there. So there's always that big threat like that. So there's quite a few quests that can be done there, but there's also quite a lot of enemies as well. And it can be killed rather easily. Oh, there's also a couple quests in there as well where, there's a quest there that will actually flag you, and there's an add-on that actually warns you about that kind of thing. Warns you about that kind of stuff. All the way up here. I just don't remember the name of the add-on. Like, it will actually warn you that certain quests, like, don't take these quests, they will flag you for PvP. And there's even some videos out there of people being ganked by the Horde, by Horde members, or just by Alliance members. No, that's just Horde. Come on. There we go. Alright, Dwarf Paladin doing level 32 up in this place. So we should be able to... Okay, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to call it. Okay, yep, so I'm going to call it here. I'm starting to cough up. I'm starting to start coughing now. This is not good. I think I've been yapping too much. Hello, Kath. I almost didn't see you there. Welcome. But how was your streaming? Did you take down some mythics and whatnot? Oh no, I hope you feel better soon. Yeah, no, it's been like a thing. It was fun. That's good. That is actually very good. Did you get any epic loots? I mean, it's raiding. If you're not dying, you're not doing it right. you know. No loot, just died. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. So it sounds like you're saying what you won in raiding was a repair bill, and that's pretty much it. Which is unfortunate. Just how it is sometimes. Yeah. So the loot that you got was a repair bill. That's unfortunate. Yeah. Yeah, so it's kind of late for me right now anyway, because, I got to get up and go to works and drive them forklifts, so I got to call it a night, unfortunately. I will be, hopefully, as everything is fine, I should be streaming tomorrow. Of course, you'll probably be streaming the same time I am, so, Oh, also, in 18 days, my birthday is next month, and I'm taking a week off of work. And during that week in May, I'll be streaming and making content and doing other things like that. And I want to read you sometimes. Let me know when you're streaming. And so yeah, during that week, I will be off of work, and I'll be doing my thing. I'll be trying to make content. I'm kind of burnt out making videos on YouTube. So I'll probably do mostly streaming, but I'll try to make some videos. My biggest issue I have is with the editing. I'm not a big fan of editing. I like recording content is fine, but when it comes to editing, it's like, oh, now you're asking me to do push-ups, and I don't want to do push-ups right now. Yeah, I don't know how people do YouTube videos. It's so hard. Yeah, and it's just for 3 years. Like, I first started uploading YouTube videos back in 2021. And it was Fallout 4 content, right? And I put out over the 3 years, over 3 years, almost 4 years now, I've been putting out videos on the game. And over time, I just started putting out less and less video content on Fallout 4. Now it's to the point where it's like, I haven't put out a video on Fallout 4 in I think over a month. And it's just really difficult to actually sit down and make a video. I don't know what it is. Maybe I don't know if I'm burnt out, or maybe I'm just not as enthusiastic about the game as I once was. And so now I just basically I stream Fallout 4 modded content. I had the idea about making YouTube videos on the mod collection that I'm streaming, but then I realized those mod collections go through revisions all the time, so mods get added and get removed, and so it will change. It won't be the same. Yeah, sometimes interests change. I really want to get editing, but it feels like such a steep learning curve. Yeah, no, yeah, it is. Like, I don't know. There's a YouTube content creator. His name is Maxwar. He does basically reviews of games, and his editing style is fast. It is extreme. It's like ADD shotgun to the face kind of thing. ADD image shotgun to the face kind of deal. Um, a real good example of that is his incorrect summary of Elden Ring. If you ever seen that or not, if you watch that video, just the first video, you'll see the editing style that he does, and it's wild. And it's like I can't do that. I can't do that. That's craziness. I can't do that. So my editing style is quite literally, I just cut out. Like if I'm not, like I'll make a video about a location or about where to find an item, and I'll just kind of cut out the bits in between that are not that important. So it's really boring. It's not exciting. I'm just honestly just not very good at it, and so I don't know if it's like I'm defeating myself by not wanting to do it, or I just not as enthused as I used to be, or I just want to change. I just want to switch up to go to a different content. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I gotta kind of sit down and figure that out. I like streaming. Streaming's fun. I'm just not that great at yapping. When I want to say I'm not that good at yapping whilst I'm yapping, but but I mentioned it earlier in the stream, but like my brain wants to interrupt my thoughts and kind of divert into a different thought, or I'll get distracted by something, and I'll forget to go back and finish what I was saying, or I'll forget right in the middle of me talking. It's that silly weird thing that happens to me. I don't know what the deal is, but yeah, I mean I like streaming. That's fun. I like playing the game. Making videos is a lot harder, and over time I've made less and less videos, so probably should just maybe start making videos on another game, or just take a break from making videos and, like, I don't know, recharge or something. Like, I'm not too sure what to do. It's kind of hard sometimes. Like, I don't know what the deal. I kind of figure it out. I'm lost and confused. I don't know what I'm doing. Damn. It's been a long day. I work in a warehouse, and so I have to speak loudly because there's forklift noises, and it's just loud a lot of the time. And so coming home at the end of the day and talking for that really messes with the voice. So, but yeah, so I got completely distracted. Yeah, so yeah, next month, May, it's my birthday, so I'll have that. I'll have a whole week there. I'll have a bit more information on it, but yeah, I will stream tomorrow and Friday and Saturday. I would think those probably the best times. I didn't stream last Saturday because I wasn't feeling that well. I woke up not feeling too well, so yeah. But that's okay. Well, anyway, I suppose I should call it now. I'm just yapping. Whilst I want to say, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for watching. I love your faces, and I'll see you next stream. Yeah, being eepy. Gotta be eepy. Let's see, do the thing here. Ending soon. There we go. Ending soon. I love this. I very much love this this ending screen that I got. It's so nice. Well, thank you for popping in and saying hi. Yeah, I intend to stream tomorrow evening, and I intend to stream I'm gonna try to stream Friday and Saturday. So, so if you don't catch, so you might be able to catch me on a Saturday. Probably the best time to raid, if that's even possible. But yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. So thank you for watching. I love your faces, and I'll see you next stream. Have a good night.